And we are live, and welcome everyone to the Sanctum Sanctorum. I am Widow's son, and excuse me for that. Um, Supposed to be joined by one of my new co-hosts here, STOODOGG. I just believe he might be running a little bit behind today, so I thought I'd just go ahead and get started. Um, I'm sure everyone will be piling in here in just a moment, and let's see. Okay, well, while we are still waiting, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like the stream, and we're gonna make it a good one today. So while I'm waiting, I just had a little bit, just had a lot on my mind lately, and and over the course of the last week or so, um, the late stream the other day, and doing one this week. I'm wanting to go ahead and do one today. Might do another one, uh, maybe like tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm not sure, but my work schedule has had to change. I was sick yesterday, and so I've gotten everything set up at work, and I'm going to have to pull a 7 day, but it happens, and you got to do what you got to do to take care of yourself. And of course, in my case, my four-legged children, um, my kitty cats, which I'm surprised that they're not hunkered around close by while I'm doing this. But I really enjoy doing the stream, and it's been it's been therapy for me in a way. Um, over the last few weeks, things have just been kind of crazy for me, and I've just I kind of haven't really been in a good place, and doing this show and getting to interact with the friends that I've made on here and make some new ones, and get the word passed around and all of that it's really helped me a lot. Um, there are about to be some changes made to what's going on with me. Nothing that's going to really affect the show or anything. The Sanctum Sanctorum will still be here. Um, we'll still be here every week. Unless unforeseen events happen. And I really just all of my friends and listeners out there, if I could just ask you just to, send me, just send me good thoughts and positive vibes, and leave, feel free to leave some, positive comments in the comment section below and everything like that. I'd really appreciate it. Um, Without really going into too much detail, basically what's about to occur is um, going to be moving into a new location, which just happens to be right above where I am now. Um, and Yeah, be the first time in a long time that I've not like had a roommate or anything. So it's very it's a very nervous and exciting time, but I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna stay positive on everything, and I'm just gonna do what I got to do to take care of myself and take care of my kitties and do what I got to do. So to all my listeners and to the people watching right now, if just send me your thoughts and your positive energy, I'd really appreciate it during this time, and I'm gonna come through it. Gonna move forward. So, but in the meantime, I hope that everyone still continues to enjoy the show. Hello, Sir Hatman. How are you, my friend? Wanderer, how are you? Hatman, if you've got some time while I'm wondering where StooDogg is, I'll send you the link, good sir. You know that you are always, always welcome here in the Sanctum Sanctorum. So give me just a moment here. And I do, and Sir Hatman, I do appreciate your very kind words there, good sir. You are indeed a gentleman and a scholar, and Wanderer, I do appreciate that also. STOODOGG is stuck in a toilet again. Well, I certainly hope not. I certainly hope not. Um, but Hatman, if you're listening, I went ahead and sent you the link if you want to come on in for just a few minutes and say hello to the lovely audience out there. But yeah, guys, just seeing these few words here right there, that gives me a little more strength and a little more oomph to push forward, and I really, really do appreciate that. And with the state of the world the way that it is right now, I mean, with the pandemic still going on, and then the George Floyd thing, and now the protests and the riots and all of that, the world is so crazy right now, and it's so up in the air. And I've always been of the mind, over the course of my 38 years on this little blue marble that we call Earth, I've always kind of been just a little bit of a kind of an angry person. And here is Sir Hatman. Sir Hatman, how are you?
Good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Didn't quite expect you to see you this evening, but this is indeed a pleasant surprise. Once again, you are always welcome here.
Well, I finished writing up Cunt of the Month, but I haven't gotten around to filming it yet because people have been doing DIY work outside. That's very inconvenient.
So are you going to let us in on who gets the award this month? Or are you going to wait till are we going to have to wait till the video comes out?
I'm hoping to get up tomorrow, but it is another animal-hating, sexist, misogynist, stupid, incel type person.
Okay.
Fairly deserving of extermination. Call in the Daleks.
I think it's time for them to get the Rona, basically. So.
Oh, definitely. Give them the Ebola. Take no chances.
How about a mixture of the Rona and the Ebola?
And we'll throw in some HIV, some AIDS as well. Just make sure that the immune system's taken down too.
Well, I was going to say the mixture of the Rona and the Ebola, I think, would be severe enough. I mean, at that point, could you call it Erona?
Possibly.
I'd hate to. I would hate to be the one that actually had that. The combination of the two just seems quite disturbing and quite disgusting, all at the exact same moment.
Well, that could be interesting. I mean, you start coughing your slowly liquefying lungs out.
There was a I don't know if you've ever watched him, the Bat Dad. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I follow his Facebook page.
Yeah, I do too. One of his, I liked one of his older ones when he was in the car with his two little kids, and one of them was using up all the hand sanitizer, and he looked at him and he looked at his dad, and he's just like, "I don't want to get Ebola." It's like, "You're not going to get Ebola." It's like, you don't know that. I might need to bathe in this stuff. You never know. I mean,
never trust kids, man. Never trust kids. They're not stealing your hand sanitizer. They're stealing your sweets.
Or your soul, depending on how evil they are.
Well, they'll be coming up short if they try to steal mine. They'll wind up in debt.
Touche. I question where mine has gone sometimes, but then I have to stand back and realize I'm like, well, I've started working for someone now, so I guess that was my cost to go to work, maybe. So how
I'm
are things?
still
So
waiting
how
on my call to go back.
so how are things in your part of the world, sir?
Well, we're apparently exiting lockdown despite still hundreds of deaths per day and still thousands of infections per day. Someone decided, yeah, we're gonna ease things off. Okay, right. Why not?
So are you going to be heading back into the office? Are you going to get to still work from home, or how's that working out?
At this point, it's to be confirmed. We can't really go, at least my side of it can't go back until, I suppose, the supply chain starts first. Until we've got customers back at work, then we can't really go back.
Ooh.
And so we'll probably follow a few weeks behind. But they've already sent some provisional emails out that probably between a quarter and a third of people will go back into the office, and they'll look to have everyone else working remotely. But
So
I've kind of got till the end of July to get people back in before they have to start topping up salaries.
so basically, once work gets back into full swing, we may not see you very much for a little bit till it all settles back down.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it depends on how it goes. It might be a case of going back part-time. It might be a case of jumping straight back in the deep end. I don't know.
Well,
That's going to have been about 4 months or so.
well, the boss and I can hold everything down in your absence. So I'll do my best to make you proud while you're busy.
I'll just have to knuckle down and show some discipline, actually stick to a schedule. I might have to start nixing some of the live streams on the head.
I've been reading a little bit on I've been reading a little bit online that they've been doing protests over there because of everything that's been going on recently. Has that spread out your way, or is that to more like a centralized area?
Yeah, it's more the big cities. It won't find its way to my little boonies neck of the wood, which is fine by me.
How bad has it gotten over there?
It's pretty civil, but then on this side we've our cops aren't armed, so it's a lot more civil, a lot better behaved. It tends to mostly be the left-wing elements, but they're not as extreme as the Antifas over there. It's been fairly civil for the most part.
Well,
certainly nobody's shooting reporters in the eye with rubber bullets.
Yeah, I read that, and I saw a video on Facebook before. I just recently got placed in a 7-day Facebook jail. Someone, a friend of mine here that I used to work with, they were at Walmart, and someone literally tried to run over them and screaming at them, cussing at them the whole time because they're from Guam, and I've gotten to know them really well when I worked with her and her husband, and I learned a lot about the culture and everything like that, and they got pictures of it, and the idiot was dumb enough to like come towards the back of his truck. Obviously, he drives a truck, and his tag number is very, very clear. And so I made the comment that she should report that white trash moron's tag number to the police department. And I got a 7-day ban from Facebook for using the words white trash.
Well,
Apparently that's hate. Apparently that's hate speech now.
Well, unless you're the president of the United States, you can't say bad things about anybody.
Yeah, that's very true. And considering that he,
like in various court documents, paying out millions of dollars for selling of alleged harassment lawsuits. You can't go calling people white trash. One cross, remember?
Well, where I am located in the States, and having seen quite a bit of people like this over the years, excluding my personal friends and everything like that. Yeah, I've seen some pretty white trash people in this part of the world. So, I figure living where I do, if anyone has the right to call anybody white trash, it's me. So
it's been a long time since I was in Facebook jail. It's been a few weeks since I last had a Twitter ban as well.
I haven't tried to get back on Twitter because, to be honest with you, I'm worried that every time I would try to make an account, they would immediately peg it and ban it or suspend it. As what they would say, and then I couldn't get back on any of them, and so I'm like, okay, I think I'll just stick with not using Twitter for the moment, and then we will try it again maybe in 6 months or so, maybe. But and to be honest with you, I was starting to like Twitter a little bit more than Facebook.
Yeah, the only thing I like about Facebook is some of the memes that come up on there. There's more memes than you'll find on Twitter, but there's also more bullshit, I guess. Certainly more ads. Twitter's a bit more, obviously, basic, a bit more concise, less, I don't know, shit to sift through, I guess.
Well, I mean, you can pretty much almost post just about anything you want on Twitter, which is, I guess, good and bad in a way. But I mostly just shared stuff and would make the occasional post. It was interesting to see the pictures that you could actually see on Twitter versus what you can see on Facebook. Because some things you can't post on Facebook because apparently everybody's really sensitive on Facebook nowadays, even more so than ever.
Oh, yeah.
And as we all know, Twitter is in its own way, its own little cesspool. And so, not really. Wanderer says, never been banned on Twitter or Facebook. Give it time, my friend. Give it time. You'll do that one little thing that somebody doesn't like, and then they'll warn you, and then they'll put you in jail for however long they choose to do so. But it is interesting to see the things that you can post on Twitter versus what you can post on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter's filters are pretty dire. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of like adult content on Twitter that's not on Facebook. I mean, a lot of it is genuine adult content, but it also seems to be there's a thriving underground of illegal content as well. And the filters don't pick it up, and they require or rely on people to report it.
So how did your Stetson situation been taken care of, or is it still lurking in the shadows?
It's still ongoing. Still got the a response to your response has been received. We're waiting final review on this. So it's been like 4 weeks.
Which means that they'll get around to it whenever they think they can get around to it. Because I mean,
bit, the strike's going to expire of its own accord before anybody else actually gets into it.
How long was the strike?
3 months standard.
Oh yeah. So by the time they actually get done with it, it'll be gone, and you can put it back up.
Yeah, I think it expires on 21st of July, so we're like almost 6 weeks down already.
I'm going to tell you, I was actually talking with a friend of mine yesterday, and she has 2 kids, and they're basically, she's one of my best friends, and her kids are basically like my niece and my nephew in a way. And her son was playing something last night, and he asked something, and what exactly it was escapes me, but it was enough to, and it was enough to just kind of throw up a red flag to me about, where he could, get banned from YouTube and everything like that. And I looked at him and I said, let me tell you something. I've seen things and heard about people on YouTube that would turn your hair white. I've been part of drama and helping people get people that don't need to be on this platform off as much as possible, but you're going to run into the wrong people here on YouTube, and when you do, it's not pretty. So you have to be very, very careful. I mean, of course, he's 10 or 11 right now, and I told him, I said, it's not anything to play with. You have to be careful, because all it takes is that one wrong person to, like your video or make a comment, and that's where it starts. And then if you're not careful, it gets worse. Because you have to think, since you and I have met dealing with the Jareds of the world and the Stetsons and Andys and JWs and all of this, and that's one reason why I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do what I can to help behind the scenes. And when that whole situation with the lovely Miss Whiplash came up, of course I was going to, of course I was going to fight with everybody, because she's a good friend to all of us, and there was no reason for him to even try to take it that low. But what else do you expect? And I've learned that over the last several weeks, and listening to him rant and rave while we're just looking at a black screen. I kind of wonder if that's his soul that he's letting us peer into with the black screen.
God, I hope not. Obviously he's closed down his new channel. He finished his live streaming experiment at the weekend, so he's closed that down now. So he's back to just conventional Jared Wars. Obviously he attempted to do his premiere upload reviewing my live stream last week, which did you catch the limited part of it that he put up so far?
I caught just a few minutes of it.
Like ear raping torture.
And I noticed that Ninja he was doing something, and I caught like a little bit of and I've watched a little bit of the replay of it, where I guess you were listening to it, his stream, and responding to it, because I know he wasn't on yours, but the audio was bouncing back and forth so much I really couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah, he messaged in my stream saying that he was stream sniping, so I popped over to his, but he must have his settings up, because the time lag and delay on mine's not too bad. It's only about 5 seconds, I think, my delay. But his must have been running something like a solid 15 or 20. So between the two, it just completely did not work.
So how did that conversation go?
I basically just said, look, he gave me his link for his server. So I said, fine, I'll join your server and I'll message you later. I've had a couple of brief conversations with him, so on Discord since then. He's okay in small doses, but he's like drama follows him around like there's no tomorrow. And now he's been doxxed, and he's back into all this shit with the other crews who were like trying to dox him before, or rather did dox him before. And now apparently this kid, Wizzy, is claiming that he swatted Ninja and he swatted Gage the Doom guy, which seems a bit bizarre because he's not been involved with it. But of course, in Ninja's stream last night, this Wizzy kid was saying that he was part of the Plate Gang, and then of course they're still keeping tabs on Ninja, and then they all rocked up to his server and basically held Ninja to account for allowing this kid to like pretend to be one of them and try and steal their clout. So it's probably all going to kick off again with all Isaac.
Well, my whole thing, hearing about that is, if you didn't learn your lesson the first time, why are you basically going to stir the hornet's nest again?
I think he hasn't learned enough, as it were. So he's saying he's been doxxed, I presume again, because he knew that he'd been doxxed and swatted by the Plate crew, whatever they call it. I mean, I don't know who belongs to which crews these days. But they apparently did it the first time, so I don't know if it's like happened again. And now this Wizzy character's claiming responsibility for the other one and for Gage being swatted as well. As far as I know, he's not any beef with Gage and doesn't even know him. And I know that he was in my server briefly for a time until Hef sent me a message saying that Wizzy was like 13. I checked, he'd been in for a week or so and he hadn't posted a thing. So it may well be that he is lurking in servers and looking out for docs information is doing something because he's a stupid ass kid, or maybe he's just trying to get clout of other people's work.
It could be. I if I see something new about it, I'll watch it. Like I saw the whoever's running that Juggernaut channel or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's Esteban.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, and there's a new one. Apparently, there's a beta Genesis channel now, and all. I'm like, why are we really? Hey, what's up, K-Dog? How are you doing? I'm like, why are you trying to? I don't really want to say that. I really don't want to say resurrect would be the proper term to use, but why are you basically trying to dig up a corpse from YouTube that has vanished and for the better? Why are you trying to dig that back up? I mean, because right now none of us really know if that person will ever reappear.
Yeah, it seems hard to believe that he won't. In some ways, I kind of miss him because for old Jared was a bit of a, well, not a bit of, but a total dick. At least he was kind of entertaining in his own way. And it was just when he went off on a rant that he became rancid. Unfortunately, he seems to have been replaced by lots of people who just get their jollies on being permanently rancid.
It's like, milk is only good for so long before you have to pour it out. So.
I just want to come back because I'm curious as to whether or not he lost the gut or not. This, after his like 12-hour marathon gym sessions that he was claiming to be on, and apparently being told by the guys at the gym to put his shirt on, and start walking around shirtless. I mean, guys, can you imagine working out there and you've got that like in front of you? It's
like, he's just walking around the gym with his arms out like he's all ripped and everything, and he's just walking up to these guys that could bench press him like it's nothing, and just be like, so what do you lift? And like,
yeah,
you obviously.
I remember his old streamers saying, and these guys can lift like 300 pounds. I mean, that's nothing. Like, really? Okay.
Right. I mean, when I first started working out, a long time ago, and I need to get back into it, and because I play drums, every so often, I have pretty strong legs, for double bass and everything. And when I was working out several years back, I was working my way up to getting close to over 200 pounds just doing a leg press. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean the legs was always the easy part. I mean that I can do a comfy 250 on the legs. But when it comes to like a bench, I mean I can. At the point the gym closed, I was regularly doing about 175 on the bench, and that was maybe sort of like 15 reps, 4 sets. But if I want to do like just a one off for like maybe five, just like just as a blow through one, I'm going to push it to the max. I mean, I could do maybe 225 then. Like 5 of those is enough to kill me. It's like doing pull-ups. It's you can lift more than you weigh, but it's so much harder to pull yourself up. Just dead weight.
I bet you're ready for the gym to reopen so you can work off all of that virus beer you were drinking.
Yeah, I mean, I've put on about 15 pounds in the last like couple of months. I mean,
Well,
between the lockdowns, basically, I mean, my knees are shot, so I can't really do like distance walking. So it's kind of like it's got to be short bursts to get anything productive. So it's kind of got to be like a treadmill with an incline
yeah.
to like get cardio. So without that, it's just absolutely killing me. And there is swimming.
I've got a friend of mine who joined the Marine Corps not too long ago, and he actually just graduated not too long ago. So I want to definitely send out a congratulations to him for making it through Marine Corps training, and he's going to be shipped off and start training for his job in the Marines. And I wish him the best of luck. And one thing that he and I were talking about, he was power walking, light jogging, things like that. And I've been trying to do a little bit of that here and there because I definitely need to lose some weight. And I talked to another friend of mine who was in the Army, and he was like, "Man, you know what I do?" And he downloaded some military running cadences from YouTube, and he's like, I throw my earbuds in and I stretch out, and then I made a playlist of them, and I just throw that on, and I just go for just a steady little run with the running cadences playing in my ear. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm like, if that keeps you motivated, I guess that works then. So
Yeah, I need to do something. If they can open the gym up again soon, I'll be happy enough with that. The only problem is when they open up again, I'll just be absolutely manic.
are you gonna go to the gym 4 times a week at 12 hours in a shot?
Well, if I'm not back at work by then, I might go for like a solid 2 or 3 hours a day.
Then we'll see enough. You'll be doing one of your videos, and you'll just be all like, look at the, doing. You'll start doing the flexing and everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple around. There's like the leisure center like nearby, which has like a membership scheme, so you can use that and the pool at the next town over. But they don't do much like by way of like personal training. But there's like a private gym not too far away, and the guy who like runs that used to be like a former Mr. UK. So he's like he knows his shit.
I bet.
There's like PT sessions for like about 20 quid a pop. So I mean, I might go for that one, do like one session a month or something, and then just work it myself for a couple of times a week after that.
So have you gotten your money back yet from your canceled venture over across the pond?
Nope, still waiting on that too. I'm not going to get back from the airlines, that's for damn sure, and the card provider's taking its merry time.
Well, Well, and while I know that's a tremendous pain in the ass, um, but I also have to remember that a lot of these people are still working from home, and they're overloaded as they can possibly be at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I bet I might want to try like giving like a quick call each time, and they kept saying like the hours, like the waiting time is like over an hour, and the calls like just no.
Do they not give you the option for them to call you back?
No, I mean, again, who's there to call back? So one of these days, I'll just try like literally as soon as the line's open, just suck it up and wait.
It's like I was on the phone with my mother earlier. My mother's been having some weird internet issues, and I told her, I said, you may want to go ahead and call them today, like as soon as you get done talking to me, and then because their Xfinity has the most evil, sinister, just downright satanic automated system that you could possibly ever think of. And they're wanting you to basically use it more than you actually have to talk to somebody, which doesn't make a damn bit of sense in my opinion. But the last time that I had to call, because I'll take care of stuff for when I can, I had to call back not once, not twice, but 3 times just to get a real person on the phone going through the automated system. And all I needed was help with my mother's internet password. That's it. But it took me 3 calls to get to a real person.
I hate ISPs. I mean, there's plenty of options over here, but they'll mostly go through the same network. There's from like the old British Telecom days, like most of the telecommunications are like centralized through a single company, and the line access is leased to the providers from that.
Yeah, you were saying something about fiber optic running.
Yeah, one of the big competitors, Virgin Media, has been installing like fiber optic pretty much all around the country. And it's like in all the towns nearby, because I'm between all these towns. It's like, okay, it surrounds me completely, but it's not actually, or well, it is now. It's coming into my town. But then Corona landed, and they stopped doing the work. So that's fantastic. It's like, thank you. But if they put it in, I mean, I'd prefer not to be with that company, but just to have access to that kind of speed, it suddenly like goes from. I mean, the rated speed, I think on my good old fashioned copper wire connection is about 40 megs maximum download or something like that, and about 20 up. Whereas theirs is like advertised at like 400 down and at least 100 up. So any nightmares on my streams would suddenly just like evaporate. Well, hey, guess what? Jared Wars has uploaded another video. Phase Primarina versus Habman.
Oh God!
It's like, dude, that's like 18 months ago.
Exactly. That I don't even really know what word I could use to describe him. That stuttering, bumbling, four-eyed person, like he disappeared months ago. And if he is still in fact out there, he's been relatively quiet. So
yeah, I don't think he uploads anymore. Yeah, I mean, he's still got an account. I presume he's got an account. He sometimes shows up and in my live chat from time to time under whatever new name he's got. But I haven't seen him uploading anything which meets his usual MO. I mean, he could have got really clever and started, changing the names of stuff and all that kind of crap.
Well, hello, Miss Raz. How are you? She has popped into the chat with us. So, no, the speed that I have, actually, I have 100 meg, and for what I really use it for, which is basically just my PlayStation, my Chromebook, my cell phone, my Fire Stick. You know, it's more than enough for what I need it for. I don't really play games online or anything like that, but yeah, with the speed that you're running on, yeah, I can honestly agree with you that once they finally get a higher speed in your area, your problems definitely with your lag and all of that for your stream sometimes will vanish. So
Especially when the kids are also leeching my bandwidth before they go to sleep. It's like, how inconvenient. Go to sleep. Stop playing on your tablets while I'm trying to stream. God damn it.
it's like, Daddy's working. Go away.
Yep. Inconsiderate.
Oh man. So any word on when? Any word on if football season's going to finish up live, or is it pretty much done for the year?
Supposed to be kicking off again in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Finish it off behind closed doors. Be nice if they'd hurry up and sell my team. You know, it's been dragging on for 8 weeks. I've got 2 bottles of Newcastle Brown Ale sitting in my fridge ready to crack open as soon as the sale's confirmed. And that'll be a spontaneous video or live stream.
Yeah, you better send me an invitation for that so we can argue back and forth about it.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it might be confirmed today, being the 1st of June. You know, figure new month they might confirm it, but apparently not. God damn it. Just get the sinking feeling that something's going to go wrong. My gosh, he's going to pocket his like £15 million exclusivity fee or whatever, and then just go laughing off into the sunset. And we'll probably get relegated.
I haven't really had much time over the last couple of weeks to read up on what's going on with my guys over in East London. I do know that they are. I think that they're just about ready to completely move into Queen Elizabeth Stadium. I'm not exactly sure how much conversion that they had to do to that thing in order to get it ready, but from what I watched on YouTube a few weeks back, I believe it was the very last game from Upton Park, because they're gonna tear it down. So
I don't think Ms. Whiplash appreciates the topics of choice tonight.
Well, I mean, we could always talk about, we could always talk more about her being locked out of her house by her child and, trying to get back in. I mean, we could do that.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I mean, that doesn't happen to everybody, right?
No. You want? Uh-oh, I think I'm in trouble. No. Do what?
You started it.
Yeah, no.
I'm just here for the ride.
Or what? Let's see. Or what happened last? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She was telling me that. She was telling me something about her her bathroom flooded and how everything is positioned. I think it also flooded like the bottom of her closet also. And so she was having to deal with that all day. And so apparently now apparently now there's no Christmas. There's no Christmas for the child this time, officially.
I don't think the child really needs to celebrate Christmas anyway. It's becoming more like Samhain, isn't it? Halloween is the true holiday for the child.
Well, I mean, Halloween is one of the ultimate holidays next to your birthday. Because, I mean, your birthday is your own personal holiday.
Not really. It's just a reminder that 9 months before you were born, your parents were banging each other.
Look, I don't want to think about it that way. Stop ruining birthdays for me, okay?
That's even worse when you can sort of work backwards and you know exactly when it was taking place.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily something that you want to think about.
No, I suppose not. All I know is that one child was one child was my birthday gift. The other child was my ex-wife's birthday gift.
My daughter flooded my bathroom and the hubby let her do it. They're both free.
Well, that's okay. My daughter once flooded the bathroom as well, and the kitchen beneath it.
Oh, well, I mean, now as I always say, I don't have let's see, what is this? All these lootings in America have got me scared for the merch I ordered.
It depends. Is that merch coming from Jake Paul?
And yeah, you're not ordering something from Target or from Are You Wanderer? Um, but it's like I always tell people, my my children have four legs and tails, and so not too long ago, uh, I was I was watching TV and my little black cat Whisper. I kept hearing this meep, 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 and just this little squeaking sound, and she was standing in the doorway and she was just looking at me, and I kept hearing it, and I it looked like she had something in her mouth, and I thought, okay, well maybe one of the toys that I had bought for the cats just made noise and I didn't realize it. Well, I got up to go and get it so I could throw it for her, and lo and behold, she had caught a mouse, a real mouse. And she was literally bringing it to me like, here you go, Daddy. I brought this for you. And I caught it and took it outside. And when I came back in, she had the most disappointed look on her face, like I had just ruined her day. And I'm like, I'm proud of you. You caught a mouse. Good job. I'm not angry with you, but it's better that I go and put it outside right now because I'm not going to clean up a dead mouse carcass just so you can eat it. I'm not going to do that. So, uh, and then of course the lovely, running all over the place at 3 o'clock in the morning and using me as a trampoline and a bed and waking me up staring at me in the middle of the night. Yes, I understand sort of what it's like to raise a human child, except I have two cats. So
Stick with the cats. It's so much less hassle.
all you have to do is feed them, give them water, scoop the litter box, and give them the occasional treat every once in a while.
Well, in my case, occasionally I move my feet from under my desk so I can sleep.
What? One of your cats sleeps under your desk?
Yeah, she's there now.
Well, you do realize that you do realize that's not your house anymore. It's the cat's.
Oh, I know that.
Let's see. It ended up flooding my closet and part of my bedroom too. Oh man. Well, I mean, I guess an upside to that would be that at least it wasn't like ankle high or knee high in water. So you didn't have to go dig out the waders or anything, so you could, walk through your bedroom. Oh. Hey, there you go. There you go, Hat Man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, at least your cats go outside. I mean, mine don't go outside. They
Yeah,
very,
we've all seen the proof of that as they come in like 10 minutes into a stream.
they're like, oh, I think Daddy's on. I think Daddy's live right now. I better go in. So
Yeah, the curtains have closed. But I can still see the little perimeter of light around them. It's like, okay, best go in just in case he falls asleep and we're locked out all night. It's like, for God's sake.
the curtains are closed and I hear the jazz. It's time to go inside.
Yeah.
They hear the call of the jazz is what it is.
It's like, I didn't shout you like 15, 20 minutes ago before I was going to start. You didn't answer me then.
Oh, they'll actually come when you call them?
It depends. Sometimes if they've been out for a while or if they're hungry enough, they'll come in.
Mine basically just they run around and sleep where they want to, and if I have food down here, my little black one Whisper, she will immediately jump up wherever where I'm sitting to eat, and she'll just she'll just stare at me and start sniffing around like, ooh, can I have some food? Can I have some food? And then when she doesn't meow like a normal cat, whenever she meows, she's more like meow, meow, meow. And she'll start doing that, and I'm like, fine, here's some chicken, or here's something if you'll eat it. So but I think I can deal with that. My oldest one, Fiona, she just lays around, and she's the queen of the house anyway. So she goes and does what she wants when she wants. That's the life she's got. So right now, yeah, that's very true. Right now, she's asleep on the washing machine. That apparently is her new bed is the top of the washing machine.
I presume said washing machine is not turned on.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. The lid is closed and it's not being used. It's not being used, but when it is being used, she stays away from it. So, but once it's done, she's right back up there laying down because that's where she likes to be. Let's see. Hang on just a second.
I just skipped through part of Jeremy's little video. I think I want to die now.
Apparently, a riot has started in a town about 45 minutes from where I live. Now, I don't know exactly how confirmed that is. Let's see here. With this one incident, we have literally begun to plunge further into anarchy.
I get the feeling that a certain Mr. Trump is that desperate to be a wartime president to distinguish himself. He knows full well that when the history books look back, they're going to say, well, yeah, he had all this wonderful success, except all the policies that led to it were laid by Obama.
Yeah, basically taking credit for things that he didn't do.
He knows that history's not going to see it that way, so he wants to either wreck it or distinguish himself in his own way. He can't start a war with anyone else, so failing that, we'll have a civil war. Okay. Guy's the only country in the world which is more fucked than ours at the moment.
Well, I mean, seeing all the once the George Floyd thing happened, and then seeing all this stuff going on because of all this all over the world, like, people are fed up. I mean, people are just getting fed up. They're fed up with, bad representation. They're fed up with um, the the police thinking that they can do and say whatever they want. They're fed up with, um, unresponsiveness from the higher ups. They're fed up with the corruption. They're fed up with all of it. And you have to, I mean, I think that's one thing that Trump didn't, or he either didn't realize or he failed to realize, is that once people have had enough, you're going to know it, because all it's going to take is one big spark, and it's going to set that powder keg off. And that's exactly what has happened.
All civilizations collapse from within following endemic corruption.
Do you think that we could be possibly looking at another fall of the proverbial Roman Empire?
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it's still fundamentally such as, well, it's a system which has been in place effectively for the last 300-400 years. You've got like ruling classes, entitled classes. The technology's changed, the social dynamics have changed a bit, but in terms of economy, it's virtually identical. Except now it's reached a point where people are sufficiently clued in on it that they can resist and rebel. And the problem is that when they do that, they destroy the very things which they take for granted.
Well,
it's like it's like the collapse of the Soviet Union. It's like the collapse of Yugoslavia. I mean, Yugoslavia in particular seemed like a fairly stable country. Then it just all falls apart. I mean, yes, there's different religious dynamics and ethnicities at play, but then that's kind of what's at play in the US as well. Not so much in the UK, but well, we've got the whole European Union dynamic here. That'll eventually blow.
Well, wait. I thought England pulled out of the EU.
Yeah, we did, but the Italians aren't happy with it, especially considering how the COVID response has gone there. France wants to tighten it further. Others want to pull out, or not withdraw entirely, but have a little bit less centralization. It's kind of like we made the first move to get out, and now suddenly it's destabilized the rest of it.
Well, I mean, honestly, now I'm not one really as far as like conspiracy theories and all of that go. I mean, me being a member of, the oldest fraternity in existence, of course, I've had to hear all of the Illuminati theories and the proverbial question, where is the Templar treasure and the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail? And I always tell people, I'm like, if I knew, don't you think I would have gone and to get my share of it by now? I mean, let's face it.
Well, the Ark of the Covenant, it's right here in my garage. I use it as a kitty litter box.
Now, sir, we agree on a lot of things, and you and I work for the boss, but I have to say that should be returned to me, because that is a sacred relic of my fraternity.
Okay, I'll let you have that one back once. Well, the weather's mild enough now; the cats can go out.
Well, now, but you have to clean it.
I'll empty the contents and give it a good hose. Power wash the interior.
I was gonna say scrub it out and make it look nice now. So
Can't guarantee you'll get the commandments back, but you know what? They were a tad hypocritical and bullshit anyway.
well, now all of it has to stay together. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, there's an 11th commandment then. In that case, thou shalt not disturb Kitty while thou wast moving thy bowels.
Oh, let's see. And apparently now they are rioting or they're starting to in Birmingham, Alabama. I thoroughly weep for the state of this country right now.
I'm fed up with this whole world. I'm ready to get off. I had such high hopes for the coronavirus, but no. No zombies, they said. No zombies. You know, just a really bad cough.
I was going to say, if it were the zombies, at least we would have been able to take care of that in a relatively quick amount of time. Maybe.
Yeah. And as the chat's saying at the moment, I mean, a lot of the shit's gone down. I mean, if it's one thing, it's like the big megacorps who are having their stuff trashed. That's one thing. You know, it's like, okay, just not going to pay any dividends this year, you know. But it isn't. It's like people are stupid and they go and trash like the small family stores, which for the most part can't get insurance because they can't afford it because the premiums are insane.
Oh, hello, Dr. Yoshi. Glad to see you here. The doctor is in. Everyone is listening and watching right now. The doctor is in. So if you have any medical queries, please feel free to ask the doctor there. He'll help you.
This burning, itching sensation. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's just the flames getting a little bit out of control.
I was about to say burning and itching sensation. You know, they make shots for that and topical creams, and there's this awesome little thing called penicillin. You may want to look into that.
Well, I can't take any shots. I mean, you know, it's all the way on the other side of the room, and it's a school night and all that stuff. So, I mean, technically, no, I'm not at work, but even so, it's a bad habit to get into. Be drinking whiskey on a Monday night. Still, I'm gonna be tempted.
Well, I mean, there's really never a bad time for whiskey, you know, or beer or any of that good stuff most of the time. I'm like you. I'm pretty much fed up with it too. I say that we go and that we start colonizing the moon, like now.
Yeah, it's not like it's even there's any like light at the end of the tunnel, because in the same way as America got screwed over in 2016, it's like, what's your choice, Trump or Hillary? It's like, Jesus Christ, that's the choice. Seriously,
right? And a lot of people now are saying that we still don't have a choice between Trump and Biden. And I'm thinking, do what?
Exactly.
You know, to me, honestly, let's just look at it like this. If Biden wins and he does something to screw up, they'll get him out faster. Like this Senate trial and all of that would probably move the way that the initial impeachment trial that we endured should have gone. But without the Republicans trying to stonewall. But
I mean, the best option that might be there is that Trump wins another term, but the Senate switches to Democrat, in which case it's just 4 years of deadlock. But
Well,
then Trump can still do plenty of damage just by himself anyway.
well, I mean, it would be more like 4 years of, inconsistent, unnecessary executive orders that can be overturned through the Supreme Court, which he seems to fail to realize. Like when he went after Twitter for fact checking him, he got, oh, there was a black man, wrongfully murdered by a police officer. Oh, there's a pandemic going on. Oh, they're fact checking you on Twitter now. What? No, they can't do that. It's he. They always say pick your battles. He picks the wrong ones. Like he's more concerned about his reputation than he is trying to run the country. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't trust the man to clean my cat's litter box, let alone run a country.
Not much I can really do with that. You could always trade him. It's like, here's the cat's litter box. You live in that. I'm going to put my cat in the White House and let them decide.
Fiona
put some cards on the film, whatever they spell out. That's the order.
Right. Fiona and Whisper 2020.
And Stetson Hardwick 2020.
Ew.
Vote fish.
Well, no. Wait, okay, I tell you what. Let's say Hatman Fiona 2020. How about that? My cat will be your vice presidential pick.
Not sure I trust that. Might have my throat ripped out during the night.
Do what?
Might have my throat ripped out during the night.
Well, no. I would be there in some form of government position, and because she is my cat, I can keep her under control. I'd just be like, now, no going after Hatman in the middle of the night. No going after Hatman.
Just wait till cats get opposable thumbs. Once that happens, we're doomed.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I think that as long as like house cats, like if you love them enough and you give them food and you pet them and take good care of them, I think that they would defend their territory and their owners.
Well, unfortunately, we can't vote Whiplash because she's too young.
Well, it's what I'm saying. Like, you could put all of us in a position of power of something, and we can all just run the country.
It could work. I'm presuming that she would want to be Justice Secretary.
Who, me?
No, Raz.
Oh, Raz. Okay. Honestly, I think I would like to run the CIA. If I could simultaneously run the CIA and the FBI, I think I could do that.
So you basically need to be like the Director of National Intelligence then.
Yeah, but I wouldn't turn it into the borderline Gestapo that we practically have here now. And I mean, I know the UK practically has the same thing, because from what I understand, you can't even walk down a block anywhere without a security camera in your face.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because
very, very heavily surveilled over here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've heard that the UK is the most watched country in the world.
It's a good reason not to go shit in the woods.
I've been meaning to ask you, do they still have like the street brawls during football season?
Occasionally, not so much nowadays. It tends to be something reserved for the international games.
Because I've seen a lot of videos for different teams over there, like Newcastle and West Ham and all of that, and people throwing bottles and bricks and just massive street brawls just breaking out on game day.
Most regular fixtures are fine. They're well policed, and it's regulars as well. It's regular fans, season ticket holders, so it's the same people all the time. So if anybody did really start trouble, then they'd be spotted pretty quick, turned in pretty quick.
So the hooligans just stick to the pubs. Is that what it is?
Well, most of them are known now. So if they're spotted, they tend to be arrested. They tend to have restraining orders against them. Basically, curfew on match days, or not to go within however many miles of a football ground. It's generally fine. It tends to be like occasionally cup games might be a problem, but not so much because it tends to be teams which don't often have rivalries, and it's mostly international games or European games which are the problem.
I was about to say, would you see them more like just on regular season, or is it mostly just cup games?
Yeah, it's cup games and European games. It's always like, especially when you go to certain countries, it's like, Turkey's notoriously bad. Every time someone goes over there, there's always stories about some Liverpool fans or Man United fans or Man City fans, or maybe not so much Man City fans, I think, because of their owners, but certainly Liverpool and Man United fans, it tends to be like this fan was knifed today or something, or someone was beaten up. It's not too great in Spain either.
Well, I've heard stories of in other countries like them literally killing players or referees or whatever after games because their team lost or the ref supposedly made a bad call or something. I mean, I know that there are crazy people in this world, but my Lord.
Well, fortunately, that's not over here. That might be South America. Or maybe China. China. One word. China. Mr. President, are you impotent? China.
I don't know about you guys, but China, it's the China virus. It's the China soccer team. It's all of it.
We're going to rebrand Chinese food as freedom food. It's like egg fried rice. It's now called freedom fried rice. Still got egg in it. American eggs.
We're gonna call egg rolls freedom rolls.
And it's American rice.
And just for the record, that is the first time I've ever attempted a Donald Trump impression. Stephen Colbert does it better than I do.
Yeah.
No. And speaking of that, and I meant to ask you this earlier when we were talking about the season going to start back up. Who's got a shot at FA this year?
I don't even know who's in it.
I don't either. I haven't really.
I don't even know if they're going to do a full cup campaign or if they're going to abort it or how they're going to do it.
I say they just finish the regular season. I say they just finish the regular season and then just wait until next season so everything kind of gets back in order, so to speak.
I mean, the FA Cup was, I think it got as far as the 5th round, so there's probably still it's 16 teams left in it, I think, at that point. Maybe 32. So either way, it's like potentially another 5 or 6 games. I don't know. They'll probably bought the FA Cup.
Oh, did you hear the story about I think it was in Japan. They've started playing baseball, but with empty stadiums, and they were putting out like cardboard cutouts of fans and stuff to put into the seats. But apparently, one location they were ordering dolls to put out, and they inadvertently ordered like 1,000 sex dolls by quote unquote accident.
Which isn't bad, really, because those things are expensive.
But they were inadvertently putting sex dolls in the seats in their stands.
Batter up.
Oh, it's a home run! Oh my God! I think they just hit the person and hit the if you hit a home run and you inadvertently hit one of the dolls in one of the seats, does it count as a double home run?
Like you go to first base, to second base, third base.
One of the players gets up to bat, swings, hits it. It's a home run. It nails one of the dolls in the face. I pretty much could say that is probably the most painful money shot in history.
Yeah. Try with tennis as well. Then you got the inevitable new balls, please.
Or golf. And I've
Get
and I've do what?
Get a hole in one. One in a hole. You're meant to be putting your balls in the holes on the green, laddie. Well, the rules don't specify where the balls go. Just gotta go in the hole.
As long as it makes it in a hole, it doesn't matter. Well, I thought that STOODOGG would have popped in by now. Maybe he stayed up too late playing Star Trek online and having some cider and beer and yogurt, which that's fine.
He might have got lost in the swamp of Jared Wars as he attempts to respond to the 7-part epic.
Or one of the stories that he told Justin and I, what was it, last week or the week before, he got drunk and locked himself in the bathroom and couldn't figure out how to get out for a few hours, and he ended up falling asleep in the bathroom floor.
Yeah, the bathroom floors are real comfy when you're not sober.
STOODOGG, if you hear this, man, I hope you didn't get locked in the bathroom again. If you did, we'll send help. We'll send help. Don't worry.
If he got locked in the bathroom again, we'll ask Ms. Whiplash to provide an alibi.
Well, that would be the most that would be a very interesting alibi, possibly, because
when you need a plumber. I mean, it's a bit far to go for a Scottish plumber, but why not? bring his plunger and his haggis.
I was telling him, I've never tried that before.
Neither have I. It sounds disgusting if I don't want to try it. I like simple foods. Give me a burger. Give me a pizza. Give me a Sunday lunch.
Some bangers and mash, maybe.
Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss the food.
But I don't want to kiss the food.
Okay, just eat it then.
It's like kiss the food. You have to appreciate it. But I don't wanna. It scares you. It looks good, but it's scary.
It sounds like me. I like good. I'm scary.
Well, there's only one person that really knows that for sure.
Yeah, the cat. She kicks me out from under my desk, so clearly I'm not that intimidating.
Well, I was actually going to say your dear lady over here in the States, but okay.
Oh, hell no, she scares me.
She scares you. I'm wow. That's a shocker even to me, but we've got nothing but love for Miss Irish Eyes here, so
yeah. Well, she's a fiery Irish redhead, so go figure.
So speaking of some of our YouTube colleagues, have you had any communique with Lady D lately? How, and if so, how's she doing?
I've not heard a peep in, I don't know, what's it been, 6, 7 weeks?
Oh, wow.
It's been a solid while. I know her job was taking her places, but I don't know where I presume she's locked down somewhere, but I don't know where precisely.
And I will completely agree with you on that there, K-Dog. Irish is a nice person to talk to indeed. I always look forward to chit chatting with her on Hatman's streams on Fridays. And to answer your question, Wander, I have no idea where STOODOGG is.
He didn't forget and assume it was like, Saturday night.
No, we talked early this morning, and he told me that he was off today. Unless I completely misunderstood him, and maybe he said Tuesday, but um, of course, I mean he would have he would have been home right now, or by now. So I'm figuring that maybe he just fell asleep and he was up too late. But you know that happens to the best of us. I mean, I know that on stream days, like when I'm going to do the show and all of that, like I have to set an alarm to wake up at a certain time. Number one, so I can wake up, get my head on straight, and get a shower. And if I need to run and get beer, I can go and do that. And wait, what? He did get locked in the toilet.
Yeah, I suppose anything's possible if you can have that little mishap.
It's the beer and cider and yogurt. That's what it is.
For all we know, he might be locked out of the house. And have no excuse for it except himself.
Yeah. Well, my little black cat decided to make her presence known, and she pulled my vape off my TV stand. So,
She wants a puff.
well, no, when it hit the ground, it scared her, and then she ran away. So she'll come back around over here in a few minutes. But no, I'm not sure. But I mean, hey, if he was up late doing his thing, then more power to him. I have no issue with that whatsoever. Because probably here within the next couple of hours, I'll probably end up laying down and taking a nap, and then I'll be up the rest of the night.
As Miss Whiplash said the words, "Ooh, she looks Irish. Oh, nice." Trigger words. But yeah, Jeremy single-handedly ruined the concept of fantasies about Irish women across the world now. Everybody looks Irish. There's Irish traits in everybody now.
Well, everyone can look Irish, and then there are those few of us who actually are. So,
yeah, I know. Most of us can probably trace some Irish ancestry. I mean, I've got quarter myself, so if he says he looks a bit Irish, I don't look Irish. I happen to be part Irish, but I don't look Irish.
I was going to say that quarter of Irish that you have, is that on the Hatman side, or is that on the dad side?
Say what?
Well, I was going to say like your personal life and being the devil's own. Which side does your quarter Irish blood fall on?
My paternal grandmother is Irish.
Oh, okay. My dad. That's where my dad's family immigrated from. They immigrated from Belfast back in. It was several years before. I want to say like the early 1800s, because I also had family who fought in the Civil War. So our family was our Irish side of the family was already here before that started. So it was in the early 1800s when my Irish family, or the Irish part of my family, settled over here in the South. Which honestly, that was something that Justin had pointed out to me at one point, that if you look at a lot of genealogy, especially like in the southern states, you'll find a lot of Scottish and Irish, a lot more Scottish and Irish heritage down here than it pretty much almost anywhere else in the country. Well, except, I mean, of course, places like, Boston and Philadelphia and places like that. But a much bigger majority of it's going to be down here in the southern states. And plus, I mean, and Irish people are known for good whiskey and good beer. So
there is that too.
And eating a lot of potatoes. So
I can't go wrong with the potatoes.
Please tell me you're making a drink.
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say. I hope that's not what I thought it was.
No. Don't call me Jared.
I was going to, please don't pee on the cat. Please don't pee on the cat. Or in a cup, or in a Halloween bucket, or,
Again, cans of Coke Zero because they're on sale at the moment. I personally prefer Pepsi Max, but it's not as cheap.
You're doing the whiskey and Coke Zero at the moment. How is that?
Not as nice as the cherry Pepsi Max version. But it still goes down a little easy. And plus, since it's unpleasantly warm, then I do need to hydrate with the Coke anyway. So,
if there was a drinking competition between Widow and Hatman, it would be hard to pick who drinks more. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Would be in terms of volume or in terms of strength, though. That's the thing.
I would drink you under the table, sir.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while since I was that invested in drinking. Certainly my student days. I don't find against anybody's.
Oh, hey, look, I don't drink. I certainly don't drink like I used to. Every once in a while, I'll get in one of those moods where I just kind of want to throw down a little bit. And in my time I've drank quite a few people under the table, and I've been drunk under the table, so it's a mixed bag. But yeah, that would definitely be an interesting competition there, Kay. But I have full confidence in myself that and no offense to my mentor, Sir Hatman, but I do believe I would drink him under the table.
Maybe one day we'll put it to the test.
a live stream drink off. Wow.
Not today, though. Not today, Satan.
Well, we'd have to. If we ever decide to actually do that, we'd have to have a moderator, and the first person to actually fall out of their chair loses.
Well, my chair's got arms and recline, so technically I'd have an advantage.
You can't recline.
Okay.
You're allowed a 5-minute recline every, maybe every 30 minutes. But that's it.
Be more concerned about going to the toilet because once you've popped that first one, that's it. accelerates from there.
Right? Just be like, all right. And I can imagine that conference to be like, all right, I got, I gotta go pee. I'll be back.
Okay, bladder can't take it anymore. Got to pee, and then it's like game over. Then
Right, and then you just hear them staggering back, and you're just like, I had a drink here. I'm gonna go see if I can find it. So, like, did you leave it in the bathroom? No, no. Well, maybe, yeah. I think I did.
yeah, definitely not. I never lose my drink.
And okay, so Kay says that Raz can be the referee, and then she says the referee can't drink.
You can actually probably be taking part with us. In which case, that opens the competition up entirely. Beware the dark horse.
Right, we do like a 4-way drinking match, and it's me, you, Raz, and STOODOGG, and the last one standing's the winner.
Well, technically, we won't know if Stu's standing or not because he'll be locked in the bathroom, and none of us can get in there to verify. He could be standing propped up against the door for all we know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Stood up.
Well, he just popped onto Discord. Let me see if I can get a hold of him. Because I tried buzzing him on Discord like I always do, and he didn't answer. And oh, wait a minute, he's replying to me. Give me just a second.
When I told him he needed to bring a bird home, that's not what I had in mind.
And he thought it was tomorrow. Hang on, give me a second.
Well, we did miss the comment, Raz, but we obviously know you so well. Just leave the child in the custody of Mr. Whiplash and grab yourself a bottle or 3.
Okay, STOODOGG's going to pop in here in just a second, and I think since he and I were officially supposed to do one together, I guess he and I will be doing one more tomorrow. Just let me see. Hang on, I'm getting here. Let's see. Hat would win hands down. He has experience
camping. Get a little tent and say, "Here you go. Take the little tyke camping."
And STOODOGG said, "Give me a sec to grab my new toy." Not going to touch that one. Not going to touch that one.
Slightly used. Mains operated. Built-in battery. Charged already. USB plug.
And Bluetooth.
Setting.
And Bluetooth. For those more intimate moments. Concerned about what exactly, Raz?
Whatever Stu's toy is.
Wanderer says he's got a gun.
Not in this country.
Let's see here. No, today, yeah, I mean, it's Monday. It's still Monday here in the States, and I guess just the the time difference is what kind of threw me off when he and I were communicating yesterday. So I thought he was actually meaning like Monday, and lo and behold, it was actually Tuesday. So the screw up was on my part because I have to think in. I know what time it is here, but I also have to remember that you guys are like 6 hours ahead of us. So that's why when the travel and everything starts up again and I can ever make it over that way, I'll just have to remember, okay, now if I'm going to call somebody, I have to try to remember what exact time it is over in the States. They said, wait, Stu's got a gun. It's probably a water gun.
Probably a spud gun.
Hey, those are fun. I've shot a couple of potato guns in my day. I haven't seen one of those in years. But of course, the ones I saw were just made of PVC pipe and grill igniter switches. That's basically all they were. Okay. And Wanderer says he's got a robot. But what kind of robot exactly?
One that's highly coveted by the Japanese baseball team.
I think that might be just a little far-fetched, don't you think?
Possibly.
What about a BB gun? Can you have BB guns in the UK or just like no guns at all?
Kind of like air pistols, air rifles. Probably the same basic thing, I guess.
Well, I'm talking about like as far as like a BB gun, like the ones that still shoot like the metal BBs, like the copper BBs.
I've got a Beretta 92F air pistol tucked away in my chesto wonders. Oh, some of my other props. Should probably get some gas cylinders for it.
I've got I have a Red Ryder BB gun still. It was a gift from my older brother when I was a kid. And no, I didn't shoot my eye out. I knew as soon as I said Red Ryder BB gun, you or somebody in the chat was going to say you'll shoot your eye out. So let me just go ahead and just squash that rumor right now. I did not shoot my eye out.
Well, the objective is to shoot someone else's eye out.
No, I had. Hang on just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, my illustrious co-host STOODOGG has arrived. How are you, my friend?
What's up? How's it going?
I apologize so sincerely because I was just telling Hatman I thought we were meeting Monday and I forgot was technically Tuesday over there. Maybe I don't know. So
it's Monday now, but I thought you meant you must have said tomorrow, but it was maybe still Sunday for you when you said that.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and I'll announce this now. Since STOODOGG is off, which would be Tuesday here in the States, yep. STOODOGG and I will be doing a show, just he and I, tomorrow, same time. You'll get 2 for 1 for the Sanctum Sanctorum this week. So everybody just, I'll set up another reminder and everything. So STOODOGG, you'll be available tomorrow for us to go live on time tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely, buddy.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, all right.
How do I sound, by the way? This is my literally just bought brand new headset.
It sounds awesome. We were actually discussing what your new toy could possibly be. The rumors were a gun, a BB gun. Hatman said it may be one of the sex dolls that the Japanese baseball team were putting into the seats in their stadiums by mistake. And another was a robot. So you proved us all wrong.
So there's also another new toy which I have, which is slightly damaged.
You're supposed to send it back to the manufacturer if it's damaged.
Well, I don't know where its parents are, to be honest, but I don't know if you saw it in Hatman's Discord, but I am now the proud owner of a half-dead baby crow.
When I said you need to bring a bird home, that's not what I had in mind.
You bought a baby crow?
No, I didn't buy it. I just found it. No, I was walking home and literally around the corner, and I saw it in the front garden of a house, and like it was still breathing. So like I went across and I sort of knocked on the front door, and the woman was just like confused and didn't know like what to do. And it's like, well, you know what? I'll take it home. I'll look after it. I've got a shoebox from shoes that I literally just bought. So put in that and give the vet a call in the morning and see if they can do anything for it. So yes, he's now kind of chilling out in my garden shed.
Has it eaten anything or?
Well, I mean, I don't really have much in the way of like suitable meat products that I could give it, but I did have like some random bread, so I put that in the box with it and a little thing of water so it's got something to nibble at and drink if it
night crawlers, man, worms.
Oh, I'd need to go digging and find something.
Get the shovel and start digging.
But no, it was like so timid, and like I literally picked it up and it grabbed around my fingers with its hand and just it refused to let go. But it didn't try to like harm me or anything. It didn't try to like escape. So it's obviously seems kind of traumatized, and if I'd have just left it there, it would have got eaten by seagulls. So
you
just leave it.
Congratulations, you've now got a familiar.
STOODOGG's a daddy.
Item acquired: baby crow. Attack 0, defense 0, movement 0.
Put it in its Pokeball and let it grow.
It's Poke Shoebox.
It's Pokebox. It's
Poke Shoebox that the British Knights came in.
Wow, you can still find BKs. Man, I haven't seen BKs in I don't know how long.
Sports Direct over here, man.
Well, I mean, not that I actually wore them. Like I was always more into like skate shoes, like when they actually made them for men, airwalks. Like I used to wear airwalks all the time, and the last pair of like actual skate shoes that I got one year for my birthday, my mom got me a pair of Bam Margera signature audios, and those lasted about 6 months. So I mean, good shoes, they just don't last very long.
It sounds like one of the rules of acquisition.
Good shoes, they just don't last very long.
I think maybe he knows. Is it you can always judge a man by his shoes, something like that?
Oh, I think it's something along the lines of never trust a man who wears a better suit than you. Something along those lines.
Or what?
Google it now.
Or what was it that Morgan Freeman said in Shawshank Redemption? But seriously, how often do you really look at a man's shoes? So, how
you can tell a great deal about a man from his shoes.
That's it.
Yeah. Mama always said you could tell a lot of person by their shoes. Where they've gone, where they been. I've worn lots of shoes.
That sounds like something old Greg would say.
You'll get probably a crow.
Do what'd you say, STOODOGG?
That sounds like an old Greg saying.
Oh, no, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. Oh, and while we are live, I'm gonna make a little announcement about the show here. Now, I have come up with a little segment that I'm going to
I think I was supposed to be premiering a video.
Do what?
I think I was supposed to be premiering a video. I didn't even bother to show up to it.
I think it's already premiered.
Whoops.
Just post pin a comment.
Well, I guess I'll post now. So
it's all right. It was only like a short, quick, and easy one. It's mainly just a quick and dirty kind of
Best kind.
me mess. Just me messing about with my new artwork and editing software.
I was going to say quick and dirty. That's how she likes it. So
yeah, it was really difficult to get all the sort of aspects right for the putting the dog in the chair. So next time I'm just not going to bother. I might take a leaf out of Jared Ward's book and just do a black screen and just talk. And who needs editing, man? That's that's so 2019.
It's very passe.
On YouTube, where you've got like the view screen of the original Enterprise, and it's like a green screen. So you probably just put that up and then make the screen black and just talk like that.
I watched that. I actually went back and watched that Jared Wars video that you did a couple weeks ago, and man, I'm like, remind me never to piss STOODOGG off, because holy shit.
I'm working on another one. His 7-part STOODOGG series is getting it.
STOODOGG's going to put a 14-part series.
Yeah.
So apparently,
I'm going to make just like one long, continuous 20-hour long live stream video with a black
24 hours of STOODOGG live.
Maybe I can get more watch time if I make it longer by like having sleeps in it.
Yeah.
It's got a couple of 8-hour sleeps in it.
Take a 15-minute power nap.
Man, I'll just put one of your playlists on whilst I go to work. Put one of your playlists on whilst I go to work and just like play it constantly. Just the audio
is yours to use.
Just replay like 4 or 5 of Hatman's like previous live streams and just let them roll. It just sound like Hatman's just sitting there talking to himself.
Sometimes it's the best conversation I can get.
Is with myself.
And apparently Raz was saying she hates it quick. So, well, not all of us are the same, I'm
just going to quickly delve into my video and see if anything fun happens during the live stream premiere chat. So I'm not sure if this will just randomly start playing through my my mic. So if it does, let me know, because I'm genuinely curious if it does or not. So I'm going to hit the play button now. See what happens.
That's what she said. That's what she said. Just push it and see what happens.
Did you hear any of that?
No.
No. Okay, cool. That's fine.
So the little segment that I've been working on for the show, and now that STOODOGG is here, Justin and I went on for just a little while the other day together, and yes, because Stu, you were telling me that you had listened to it, and then you were like, I haven't seen wrestling in years. And
Yeah, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, don't, man. If we ever start talking about that between the three of us, just oh god, don't get me on the subject of Vince Russo, Jesus Christ. But the segment I will be introducing now, I am going to put up a little challenge to STOODOGG every week.
STOODOGG challenge.
Exactly, STOODOGG music challenge. I'm going to be sending him a song or two or an album that he may have not heard of at any point, and I'm going to be asking him what he thinks of it, because now I know he likes to get gangsta. We all do, because STOODOGG is the gangsta of YouTube now. So I'm gonna take him a little bit out of his comfort zone, and see how far I can push his mental musical limit, so to speak. So we will see what he can endure.
See what I can endure.
Well, now the first one that I sent you, it is a little bit different. It's got elements of all different kinds of genres in it. So every track on the album is not the same or doesn't sound the same. So it's definitely gonna take you on a ride for sure.
Yeah, I like stuff like that where every song is different, sort of thing.
Oh, then you'll definitely dig the one that I sent you.
I can't remember the guy's name, but he was in a band that I can't remember the name of. This is making me look like the real intelligent boy, isn't it?
Do you have that album with that guy who was in that band that was out last year?
They had this song called "Silver Machine," like in I think it was the late 70s. 60s, early 70s.
You're gonna make me do a YouTube search. Give me a second.
But
you say it was called Silver Machine?
Silver Machine, yeah. But the guy had made an album about the sort of remilitarization of Germany, like 20 years after the war, and they were buying up these fighter jets.
Hawkwind.
That's it, Hawkwind. So
yes.
The guy from Hawkwind had made this album, and it was about the sort of rearmament of Germany's Air Force, like 20 years after the Second World War, and they were buying up all these fighter jets, and the nickname was Starfighter or Widowmaker because they had a habit of fucking exploding and killing the pilot. And it was like a whole album, and every song was in a different style.
I absolutely love Hawkwind. Now, you do know who the most famous member of that band was, don't you?
No, I don't really know them that well.
Lemmy from Motorhead.
Was he in Hawkwind?
I need to go, guys. So,
well, all right, Hatman. Thank you for coming by. It's always a pleasure to speak with you, sir. And once again, STOODOGG and I will be live tomorrow at our normal time. So please join us tomorrow as well.
See you later. Have fun.
It's good to hear you, man.
All right, be good. Be good,
Catch up soon.
But no, Lemmy was in Hawkwind.
I did not know that.
And incidentally, when he was in Hawkwind, he got kicked out of Hawkwind for trying to sneak speed over the Canadian border,
Oh God.
and they kicked him out. And when they kicked him out of Hawkwind, that's when he started Motorhead.
Right.
He actually got the name Motorhead for a song that he was writing for Hawkwind.
Well, might as well use those ideas.
Exactly. And that's and I mean I don't care who you are, man. Whatever you may listen to. Excuse me. See, and I even went and stocked up on beer today waiting for you, so I'm going to save it all for tomorrow.
Oh man, I've got
I've got some sweet tea going on right now.
I just finished my first bottle.
Okay, well, all right, you're going to twist my arm here in a minute, so I may have to run and get one.
Well, I mean, tomorrow's like the night before a school day, so I'm not going to go there tomorrow, but I do have at least another 4 bottles in the fridge at the moment. So,
oh, I just got the picture you sent. Oh, well, I hope the little guy's okay.
yeah. So at the moment, we've put him in the garden shed. It gets quite warm there overnight, so if he's not going to be freezing or cold or anything, and there's a little thing of water there in the box, and there's some bread as well if he feels up to nibbling at it. I mean, crows will land in the back garden and eat bread that I throw out. So, but if he feels better and wants to like jump up and go for a walkabout, he's got plenty of space in the shed there, and it should be pretty quiet and pretty chill for him.
Well, or if he ends up being okay, are you going to keep him or until he's feeling okay enough to fly, or what are you going to do?
Well, there's like a Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, so I'm going to give them a call in the morning because, like, I don't really have the time to sort of look after him, so I mean, he's better off with them. They have the people there who can, make sure he's all right and make sure he's fed properly, and then they'll release him back into the wild when he's better. Well, like I say, for the moment, I don't know much about baby crows or how to look after them. So,
STOODOGG's like, I don't know nothing about raising no birds. I
can barely even raise myself. I was robbed of life. Oh God. Crowed wars.
Your southern accent is damn near spot on.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh my God. Are you sure you're in Scotland? Because you sound like you're from my neck of the woods talking that way.
Yep. It's just a misspent youth watching John Wayne films.
hey, there you go. When the pubs reopen and you want to try to pick up a woman, just throw on a southern accent and see what happens.
Well, howdy, man.
Exactly. Excuse me, ma'am. Did I leave my boots under your bed?
The Wanderer. And so the tales of the Stoodolorian and Baby Croda come to an end.
Oh, I think Wanderer's trying to make you feel bad.
I should get the crow a little little Baby Yoda style thing to go in.
I was gonna say what you should do. Did you ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
Oh, I've never seen any of it.
What? STOODOGG, come on, bruh. We have become fast friends, you and I, and you have not seen the Sons of Anarchy? Wow.
You're missing a key word. Yet.
yet. Well, the reason I'm asking is because the abbreviation that they use for their club, and because I mean, obviously, you know, kind of what the show's about. Of course, it's about a motorcycle club called the Sons of Anarchy, and so what they do is the abbreviation that they kind of use for their chapter of the club is called Sam Crow.
Right.
So I was going to say you should name the crow Sam.
Sam Crow.
Sam Crow. There you go. Or
It's better than louder with Crowder.
yeah. But
Crowdy pie.
could name it JW.
Jared Crew Wars. Has he? Have I missed anything in the Jared Wars saga from today?
Hatman had said something about him earlier. Apparently, he had posted a video while Hatman and I were talking, and apparently it was something to do with Hatman and FaZe Primarina.
Oh God!
And I'm like, why are you making a video about that now? When FaZe douchebag has not reared his pathetic little head in months.
The last time he reared his head, he was naked in his bathroom declaring war against me.
I think I missed that one, and I'm kind of glad that I did, knowing the nakedness of the video, because one of two things would have happened. Number one, I would have probably never eaten again, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. And two, I would have probably had to have poured bleach into my eyes. So I wouldn't drink it. I would go straight for the eyes.
I don't understand the YouTubers that don't wear shirts.
Well, how do we? I mean, how do we know that you're even dressed right now?
I am definitely 100% dressed. I just got home from work, dude.
Oh, see that, and see, I apologize again, man. When we talk late at night,
sure, if I can prove it, my lighting might be horrible.
Well, I mean, you didn't have to. I mean, I trusted you, but you know,
you trusted my talking.
Yeah,
it's not a very flattering angle, is it? Well, yeah, new headphones.
And apparently,
Raz, I'm never dressed.
Is never dressed. So, wow. I'm at a loss for words on that one, to be honest with you. But I will say this: I'll pay you a compliment. Wow. So.
Well, me, thanks.
Well, I was talking to Raz.
Yeah, you were saying that to Raz.
I was talking to Raz, but you know what? Yeah, you look great too, STOODOGG. You look great too.
Good comeback.
Thank you. It's called backpedaling. I'll be here all week. Be sure to tip your waitress. Oh man. So how? and now she wins.
Raz wins.
Fatality. Or no, wait a minute. Would that be more like nudity? So how was work today, sir?
It was all right. It was mostly a lot of tech issues. Basically because the service has literally doubled in the amount of customers because of the lockdown. So there are a lot of the term is vulnerable persons using it. and a lot of
Right.
these people termed as vulnerable, they're a lot older. I've spoken to people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s about how website works. A lot of these people having not used computers like, you know, since the 80s. Um, but
I'm still running Windows 95.
there's a lot of sort of, this isn't working on the website. How do I do this? How do I do that? And literally having to just talk people through how to make an order. And I find that the best sort of way to do it is to just say to them, like, so if you want to grab a notepad and a pen and just start writing this down and draw little pictures for yourself as well as I explain it to you, and that way you can, refer to them when you're doing it in the future. And it seems to be quite a good way to sort of teach people how to use the site, and they appreciate my time and my patience. So I must be doing something right.
Man, well, consider yourself lucky. I mean, you could be doing like actual tech support, which would drive you insane. I mean, if you have a here's my advice to anyone out there who may work in a call center or has ever worked in a call center. You can start that job level-headed, good temperament, good sense of humor, all around good person. Stay there about 6 months to a year, and that will all slowly begin to deteriorate. Because no, doing tech support in any capacity, more specifically for cable companies and internet providers, you will see working in a call center, period, depending on what the contract is, but more especially working in a call center that does tech support for some type of um, um, shit, lost my train of thought. Derailed on me.
The Wanderer. STOODOGG sounds more Scottish with his new mic.
Can really hear the accent coming through.
Let's see. What is this thing called? Oh, this unnecessary packaging. It's a Fusion wired gaming headset. Power A. £26 from Asda.
Well, when you finally came on Discord, and you told me, give me a sec, let me get my new toy. I said that while Hat Man was here, and and we were just kind of like, what could it be? And then and then we were just kind of saying things like, it's waterproof, and it takes 2 AA batteries, and it has a USB charger, and I even said that it has Bluetooth for those more intimate moments.
Oh God. So I don't know if I mentioned it to you before, Widows, but so as you know, I've been using my old busted computer for streaming a lot, because so the headphones that I've got, Turtle Beach ones, I got them like years ago, but really good set of headphones, but the ports in them, it's like an audio in, an audio out, and a USB. So they all need to be plugged in for it to work. And when I got the new computer, the Lenovo, it doesn't have like, an audio in and an audio out and a USB literally all in the same place. So it's physically impossible to plug it in. So I remember we were talking the other day, and I was just using my mobile phone headset, which is just, literally just one of those audio jacks. So I just bit the bullet and went and got these, because it is just just a literal audio jack that
Right.
goes
Which
into
is
the
what
computer.
headphones are supposed to be in the first place.
Yeah. Oh, like I say, the Turtle Beach is good, but the whole, I guess the USB port powers it, and then there's the audio in and the audio out because I don't know, banter, I suppose.
Right.
But no, all the ports in the old computer were literally all next to each other, so it was no issue. But then when I got this and I went to plug it in, I just went, "Ugh, this is not gonna work.
Uh,
Oh,
uh, what am I doing with my life?
I was robbed of life."
God, again.
About Beth.
I should have listened to my mama. Like, you know what? I'm 38 years old and I live on my own, but I still listen to my mother. You know why? Because she's my mama.
So if you don't listen, she's gonna beat you the hell up with that walking stick.
Well, my mom's not that old, dude. She doesn't require the walking stick, okay?
Mine just had like brand new plastic knees installed and can run faster than me.
I just got my hip replaced, so no, dude. No, I have I know oh man, I feel so stupid that I completely misinterpreted the time for us and everything. I'm just like,
It wasn't even the time, it was the day.
the day. Well, yeah, I know. I'm like,
Hilarious.
I just
That's all good, man.
I should just go incinerate myself right now. It's just I'm done. I'm done. I give up. I give up on Facebook. I give up on YouTube. I give up on life. I'm done. If I can't keep a day straight, then what the hell am I doing here? So,
Give up on Facebook because it is literally like a privacy leak, but not YouTube.
oh no, I'm
YouTube.
I'm in Facebook jail for 7 days.
You're in Facebook jail. What happened? Because I'm in it as well for like a month.
I'm in it for 7 days because apparently it's now hate speech to call somebody a white trash moron.
I lost half of that. You turned into a robot and you started to sound like a Dalek. And then I didn't hear the rest of it.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Hear you now.
Okay, good. No, apparently it is hate speech to call somebody a white trash moron, and I was placed into Facebook jail for 7 days.
Well, about 4-5 years ago, a friend of mine he'd done something stupid, and I can't remember what it was. And I'd sent him like a meme, and it's like a meme of Hitler going, "Oh, nine, you didn't," and he's got this like funny grin on his face, and he's like waving his hand. It's at one of the the Hitler rallies, and it's like black and white. And it's like, "Oh, nine, you didn't." And last week I got Facebook jailed for that meme that I posted 4 years ago. Like,
what?
Yeah, exactly. My thoughts, right? It's like, dude, it's 4 years. Why has it been fine for 4 years until now? Like, what's changed inside what's changed inside Facebook's bum that it's suddenly hurt?
Well, with the state of the world and everything right now, there's one. Two, there are apparently, excuse me. Apparently, every person who had secret racist tendencies is coming out of the woodwork now. And once again, I'm not quite sure how calling someone a white trash moron is hate speech, because if that's what you're acting like, then that's what I'm gonna call you. Because if you're white and you're acting, because here's what preempted that comment. Um, I have a good friend of mine. It's a lady I used to work with a while back, and her and I know her, and I'm friends with her husband, and they're from Guam. And in the time that I got to know them and talk to her husband a little bit more, I started learning more about the country and the culture and everything. Like, he was telling me about this space. There's this piece of land out there, and out there it's just, and I think it may be the ruins of like a temple or something, but all that's left are like the pillars, right?
Right.
And I told him, I'm like, man, I would love to just go sit out there with, like, at night, and just light a little fire, or take something to build like a fire in, so I don't actually burn the ground, because it's a sacred place, and just sit out there and just listen and just soak it all in, because that's why I want to go to places like, the pyramids, and Loch Ness, where, Crowley's house was, and, places like that. I want to go, and I just want to soak the energy up. And I just want to feel it. I just want to absorb a little of it into myself and take it with me. But somebody purposefully almost ran her over, then proceeded to get out of their vehicle. They had a mask on, and began cussing at them, and tried to back into her son. And the picture she posted clearly shows this idiot's license plate. And the comment I made is you should send that white trash moron's license plate number to the police department. And within a few hours, I was in Facebook jail for 7 days.
Jeez. No, it's literally crazy. The just such minor sort of seeming things are just getting people, like, literally shadow banned from websites now.
Right, but see, the other thing,
like standing up for things as well. It's just like, what?
Well, see, the thing that gets me is, like, basically since 2016, like, I have literally seen people that I have known for years posting some of the most blatantly prejudice and racist things. And I'm like, is this a joke? Like, are you trolling, or are you edgelording? I mean, or is this legit?
Hmm.
And the more I would see it, the more it began to show me that it was legitimate, and they kind of harbored these feelings and thoughts to a certain extent. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I grew up around, a family, like my dad and my mom's parents, my mama and papa. They were around, when the whole civil rights thing was going on in the South, and they were very old school. And my dad had his prejudice moments, and I am aware of that. But as my dad got older, my dad got a little more open minded, which I'm very, very thankful for. But I just knew that I didn't want to. I didn't want to think that way. I didn't want to be that way. I wanted to. I mean, I'm glad that I realized that we're all, we're all one under the sun, man. There's there's no genetic difference between the races. It's just skin deep. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We all have red blood, and we're just of a different pigmentation, but we're all human beings, and not everybody's perfect, and not everybody's going to be perfect. And it's like my dad used to tell me. He was like, there was only one perfect person on this planet, and they killed him because of it. And as the years have gone by, my spiritual beliefs and everything have modified, and I have and experiences that I've had are have even firmly more cemented that. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't buy into that kind of hatred. Like, if I'm going to hate somebody, I'm going to hate the person that's hating on groups of people just because of the color of their skin or their religious belief or their sexual orientation or whatever. I'm going to hate on those people because those people are the ones that are the most narrow-minded, and they don't deserve respect, and they don't deserve any pleasantry from me. So that's why, since I was 16, 17 years old, I have just held a very, very firm and deep-seated hatred for racists, for neo-Nazis, for Klansmen, for these alt-right morons and all this other kind of shit. I'm not going to deal with it. It has no place in this world whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean,
and now look, we've got riots going on all over the country because a white cop murdered a black man.
Yeah, it's absolutely and utterly crazy. I mean, it's like reasonable restraint does not mean literally strangle a man until he's dead.
Right.
Bang, whiplash.
Oh, I thought she's
gotta
just
go.
like leaving and coming back, but well, I guess she just decided to leave us. Well, she'll be back. She'll be back tomorrow. So, I was actually somebody
I was thinking about that when I was walking home, and I thought to myself, like, there are so many restraint devices that cops have. They don't need to physically like strangle a man with their knee. They can literally handcuff someone to their legs and then put them inside the back of a van if they think it's a dangerous criminal. They don't need to be in physical contact with them. No.
Right. And see, somebody had just sent me a story just a little bit ago that apparently there's a city here about 45 minutes away from where I live that there's a riot going on downtown. Like, they're literally throwing. And then I was reading another story just not too long ago that in Birmingham, Alabama, they are literally like dropping bricks onto the freeway. Like, they are rioting right now. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I get people are pissed. I get it. But did a majority of us saw what happened to the country during the Rodney King riots, the LA riots in 92, you know, and yes, you have the right to be pissed, but don't go burning shit down. Don't go burning shit down. It's not going to solve anything. I mean, if the hippies taught us anything in the 60s, it's about being peaceful, man. Like, I remember I heard Henry Rollins say one time, he's like, we're only great when we're helping each other out. We're only great when we can all get along and coexist. And instead of screaming at each other and trying to fight each other, we should be listening to Ramones and Aretha Franklin albums and having a good time. And I'm like, absolutely. Absolutely. Why can't we just set up a PA system somewhere with the first Ramones record and let's just have a fucking dance party?
Hey. Gabba gabba hey.
Exactly.
Gabba gabba hey.
Well, then you got the song, Beat on the Brat with a baseball bat, which is actually one of my personal favorites. And rest in peace, Joey Ramone, wherever you may happen to be. But it's so Justin lives in Nashville. And I was reading on Facebook that someone set their courthouse, like their historic courthouse and city hall, on fire. Like, literally burned it to the ground. And they arrested the guy today, I believe, because they finally found out who it was. Uh-huh. But I'm like, really? You're making it more difficult for them to get justice for this man if people are burning shit down and looting stores and destroying small businesses. How is that helping anything? You're just causing more of a problem. You can be outraged all you want, but don't go and burn somebody's livelihood down. That's stupid.
Yeah, and then history remembers less of the man who died and less of the idiot that killed him, and then history remembers more of, oh, there was riots.
Well, hang on just a second. Okay. I just bought this new candle that smells like cedar, and had to go put it out. So now it smells like burning cedar in my apartment. But and you're right. I mean, you make a very, very valid point that when history looks back on itself the way it always does, sometimes it remembers the proper things that need to be remembered, and sometimes it doesn't. And I think the sign that was behind the dead body of Jim Jones said it best. Those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Yep, exactly.
And it seems to me that everybody that was alive when the LA riots in 92 happened, apparently they forgot all about that. And what did it accomplish? Nothing. Those cops still got acquitted. They walked. They walked away after brutally beating someone. There was over $1 billion worth of damage. I think I think that's correct. Um, hang on, let me see if I can find the statistics of the. God, I will be so glad when I can finally afford a regular computer. I love my Chromebook, but
Wonder,
okay.
STOODOGG, if you want, I can possibly edit some videos for you. What did you have in mind?
Okay.
I don't even know what I want to edit myself.
Let's see. The riots began the
How's
day.
about I just hand over my entire channel and it's like you here
Right.
have a job. You're hired.
Yeah.
My new manager.
I'll send you £5 a week. So, all right. Let's see. The riots began the day the verdicts were announced and peaked in intensity over the next 2 days. A dusk to dawn curfew and deployment by California National Guardsmen, federal troops, and federal law enforcement personnel eventually controlled the situation. A total of 63 people died during the riots, including 9 shot by law enforcement personnel and 1 by National Guardsmen. As many as 2,383 people were reported injured. Estimates of material losses vary between $800 million and $1 billion. Approximately 3,600 fires were set, destroying 1,100 buildings, with fire calls coming in once every minute at some points. Widespread looting occurred. Rioters targeted stores owned by Koreans and other ethnic Asians, reflecting tensions between them and African American communities. Many of the disturbances were concentrated in South Central Los Angeles, where the population was majority African American and Hispanic. Fewer than half of all the riot arrests and a third of those killed during the violence were Hispanic. The riots caused the emergency broadcast system and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration to be activated on April 30th, 1992. So, yeah, $800 million to $1 billion in damages. And what did it accomplish? What did it prove? It didn't accomplish anything, and it didn't prove anything. It proved that people were pissed, and they absolutely had the right to be pissed. They absolutely 100% pure, unadulterated, where's the beef, had the right to be mad. But to destroy buildings, burn them down, why? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, and I can understand that people in those particular situations are not going to be in their right mind because they are angry. But just take a step back for a minute, breathe, be mad, go. If you want to protest, go do it peacefully.
Yeah, exactly.
I
mean, fair enough, there's lockdown and stuff, but you can still protest peacefully as long as you maintain that sort of social distancing. Fair enough, like large gatherings are out of the question, but a small, loud gathering that takes up a lot of space is equally as noisy and valuable as a large gathering.
Right. And I mean, if you wanted to why don't if you want to protest, go out there with your signs and just stand there and sign. You can make more of an impact. To me, you can make more of an impact when you protest in silence than you can with shouting.
Uh-huh.
That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But like, I always thought it would be like a cool thing, like with all this going on right now. And honestly, if I could afford to do it, I would. Go someplace where, people are planning to protest, take a trailer out there and have a sound system set up on it. And go out there with coolers of, water and juice and, Cokes and stuff like that. And put on some of those old Bob Dylan songs. Just the ones of him by himself. Or, you know, a lot of the songs that they were hearing during the 60s that were protesting the war and everything
This
like
is the
that.
story of the hurricane.
Right? And just tell people, look, know you're mad, but try doing it silent and listen and let people listen to this. And you stand there with your signs and you get justice for this man in any way that you can. But shouting matches and fires and looting, they're not helping, they're making it worse. Why can't we all just have some water or whatever and listen to Hey Mr. Tambourine Man and get our point across in a more peaceful way? Yeah, they were having demonstrations, like huge demonstrations and everything in the 60s. Of course they were. But you didn't see people rioting all the time. It's like we're almost at war with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And Hatman, Hatman had it right. He's just like, I'm done with this planet. I want to relocate.
Well, he's fighting about something. Fighting about our governments.
Right. And see, knowing that, riots are taking place like 45 minutes to an hour and a half away from where I live is just absolutely mind-boggling. Like, really? Like, number one, it's nice to see that people are protesting the murder of the blatant murder of this man. But what's the point of burning shit down? What's the point of dropping and throwing bricks onto cars on the highways? What is the point of all of that?
Yeah, protesting is fine and well, but not when you destroy your own city to do so.
And honestly, and I know I talk quite a bit about him, but my dad, he taught me a lot, and I miss him all the time, and I miss talking to him, and I miss his advice and everything. But the more I think about it, I'm really, really glad that my dad is not here to see the state of the world that it's in now. I'm really, really glad that he's not, because honestly, I really don't know what he would think about it.
Uh-huh.
I know that mine and his political views were on the same page in some aspects and opposite ends of the spectrum on others. But as long as we really didn't get off on things like that too much when we were talking, we were good because we could always find something else to talk about. And I'm just, and I don't mean for that to sound bad or morbid or whatever, but I'm very, very glad that he's not here to see this in the state of the world right now.
Just scrolling through Twitter, and there's pictures of like lots of fires in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. And see, that's the other thing. There are parts of Washington that are burning right now. And that's the city that my fraternity helped build. And if you're a conspiracy theorist and you hear that, yes, I am in fact a Freemason, and I am damn proud of it. And you can take your conspiracy theories about my fraternity and shove them straight right back up your ass, because none of them are true. But my brothers helped build that city. My brothers laid the cornerstone of the White House, the Capitol building, the Senate building, the House of the Temple for the Scottish Rite, the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial. They laid the cornerstones for those. That means a lot. My brothers did a great deal for this country. And they tried very, very hard to make this country a great place for it to be free. Because whether you want to believe it or not, America was founded by anarchists. The Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States are the two biggest anarchist documents in the world. Why? Because they were speaking out against the British monarch, creating an entirely new society. So yes, and a new country and a new way of living for people to be free. So yes, those are the two biggest anarchist documents on the planet. And I don't brother, I don't know. I really don't. It's
literally just what on earth is going on?
Honestly, I wish I could tell you. I wish that I had an answer. I am scared for not only myself, because I mean there are riots going on in Scotland too, aren't there?
I think there are riots going on down in England somewhere, but I'm
Well,
not.
I knew I thought I'd read about protests going on in Scotland over the George Floyd thing.
I'm not entirely sure myself. I'm not up to date with local news.
Well,
I'm not up to date with much at the moment, to be honest.
Well, if you quit drinking the beer, the cider, and eating the yogurt, then maybe you could catch up with things.
I didn't watch the news today. I was too busy eating yogurt.
Oh, that was the other thing we were saying when you didn't show up.
I remember you said that. It's like I sparked him off eating yogurt.
No. What it was is earlier when Hatman was here, we were wondering where you were. I'm just like, well, maybe he locked himself in the bathroom again. And I kind of broke that story down in a way. If people haven't watched that stream or heard the story of when you locked yourself in the bathroom and you couldn't get out, and you slept on the floor for a while and then finally figured out how to unlock the door.
It was just the way I literally stood up, put my hand out, grabbed the handle, opened the door, and left the bathroom.
What happened?
Like, it's like this stew is broken and cannot operate. We need to switch him off and switch him back on again.
Just like, there was doorknob over here, I thought, but I can't find it. I need to lay down, so I'm just gonna lay right
I've locked myself into the bathroom and I cannot get out. Oh shit!
Very nice.
A high five.
Oh God. As funny as that movie was, honestly, I think I've only seen it like twice. So
I've only seen it once or twice as well.
yeah,
The
I
bit
mean,
when he's got the tortoise, he goes, "What kind of a dog is this?"
what was that at the beginning of the movie? My sister, number one prostitute. Like what? Like I can understand that the movie was. Did you ever see his other movie called Ali G in the House?
Yes.
That one was a little bit better. I liked it a lot more.
Oh, it's only let the fit immigrants into the country.
I liked it a little bit more. Uh, it was very Malibu's Most Wanted before that movie actually happened.
Just reading what the Wanderer says there that protests are happening in the UK. Newcastle, Birmingham, London, Leeds, and Sheffield.
Well, I mean, it's nice to see that the whole world is outraged, but people, calm down. Put the bricks down. Put the pitchforks down. Put the fire down, and let's all just take a breath. We don't need to burn shit. We don't need to break shit. We don't need to destroy shit. Shit. Come on. I mean, what the fuck, man? What I mean, honestly, what in the unholy fuck is going on?
See, I just don't get it.
I don't think it was meant for us to get it. Just like, look, y'all can riot and burn and all of this. I'm outraged by what happened too, but you know what? I'm going to stay inside with my cats, my TV, my internet, my Chromebook, my food, and my beer, and I'm going to be good.
I mean, there is a fine line between a protester and then someone who is like literally destroying the city and terrifying people. That's when you cross the line from being a protester to being a terrorist.
Exactly. But
I just am I having an audio issue with these new headphones?
there was a little bit of static there. But you're good now.
Cool, because you went really quiet. It's like you'd walk away from your microphone. You're like standing outside in the street.
Oh no! No, it's the sun is still out and it's hot outside. I'm not going outside till the sun goes down. I like to. I basically on because see, actually, I mean, I was supposed like yesterday. Yesterday, I was sick as a dog. No pun intended there, STOODOGG. I had I had gotten some Burger King and events that had occurred over the last couple of weeks or so, like the stress of all of that topped on top of the bad food that I got. I mean, it was bad. And so, hang on. Give me just a second.
Well, whilst you're taking just a second, I think I'm going to go and grab maybe another 2 beers.
Okay.
Brewdog Elvis juice went down rather well. I can show this at a weird angle, I think. That's a really weird angle. Hello,
yeah, it is.
what are you doing down there?
I don't like the view I've got right now. I'm afraid.
This
Stu
computer
Dog,
is very
Stu Dog,
small and very mobile. I'm
was
like
about to
actually
say-
just sitting in my bed. I'm not at my desk like
I,
usual.
I was about to say, Stu Dog, I don't like looking up at you. That's really scary.
Like a fish in a pond looking up at a dog.
Or a cat for that matter.
Right, yeah. I'm going to grab the other two smaller beers. I'll be right back.
No problem. All right, guys. And while I was just answering a message from one of my bosses at work, and while Stu Dog is getting his beers, I'm gonna just take this moment to thank everybody for coming through today. Hatman, thank you for coming on again. Raz, always a pleasure to have you here. Wanderer, thank you for hanging out. Also, glad to know that you're still here and that you enjoyed the shows. Dr. Yoshi, thank you for dropping by. And everybody who listens to the stream after it's posted, thank you once again always for your support, and you are always welcome on this channel. And with my new co-hosts of Stu Dog and Turd Ferguson, aka TF, aka Justin, we will always keep you entertained and thoroughly on the edge of your seat. So
I have returned.
So you just did your General Patton impersonation. I have returned.
I don't get it.
World War II history. It was either Patton or no. I think it was MacArthur. No, it was MacArthur. He I don't remember where it was exactly, but his most famous line from it was "I have returned."
I would Google that, but can't find my mouse. Mouse?
If
Where did you go?
if it were a snake, it would bit you.
I'm literally like tangled up in wires at the moment.
Oh, hang on, I'm already on it.
No, well, my Star Trek meme that I uploaded didn't really go down too well. Seems that quite a lot of people don't get it.
Well, that's their problem.
I thought it was genius,
I did too.
but then I'm a bit mad. So
Okay, so here it is. Once this loads, on October the 20th, 1944, General Douglas MacArthur waded ashore to Leyte Island in the Philippines and fulfilled his promise to return. The charismatic and dashing general was one of the most famous American military leaders in the world, and his dramatic return to his beloved Philippines was a crowning achievement in his relentless battle to drive the Japanese army out of Southwest Asia. And so that let's see, it was a redeeming moment that after the devastating losses the U.S. Army and General MacArthur had endured 2 years earlier, despite the early warning given when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, General MacArthur's forces in the Philippines were unprepared on December 8th when the Japanese Air Force attacked. They destroyed nearly 50% of the American warplanes at Clark Field, and most of which were still on the ground. By January, the Japanese had driven the Allied forces onto uh, Bataan Peninsula, and the situation was desperate. General MacArthur was forced to move his headquarters to an island fortress. As the situation deteriorated, President Roosevelt ordered the general to leave for his own safety. The general and his family and closest advisors were forced to escape in the middle of the night and relocate in Australia. When General MacArthur arrived in Australia, he made his famous declaration, "I came through and I shall return." So that is that's kind of the story behind that. When General MacArthur returned to the Philippines, that was what he said, as "I have returned." So,
I have returned. I like that. It's pretty cool.
God, I'm such a fucking nerd, man. I swear.
Nerd.
Oh, eat me.
Eat you?
Yes. You should be kissing my ass. So, but no, it is such a crazy world that we live in. So, well, give me. We'll go for just a little bit longer today in preparation for our show together tomorrow. So, if you want
That's
to,
fine by me, man.
So if
yeah,
you,
tomorrow. So that's 8 o'clock my time.
yes.
So if it's all right with you, I was going to say if it was okay to make it like a slightly shorter one than the usual, like Saturday ones, just because I'm working the next day. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say we probably go for maybe till maybe 10 o'clock your time.
that's exactly what I was thinking. I was going to say like 2 hours, and then.
Hang on just a minute. I'm gonna mute my mic here, and I'm gonna run and get a beer.
Wonder, yeah, it will be the same time as usual. 8 o'clock.
So if you want to fill the lovely listeners in on what you've got coming up with your channel, while I run to get an adult beverage, I will be back in just a few moments.
Sure. Well.
Whoop.
I'm not bothered anymore, so I'll probably just delete it. The end.
Well, hang on.
1,000 subscribers equals channel delete. Channel delete. Delete.
Right. All right. I'll be right back.
No, I've got a 1,000 subscriber special coming up, which is top secret. It involves props. There are a few things that I have purchased for it. And then I'm in the planning stages of an interview with a Twitch streamer. She is absolutely lovely, and her story is quite inspiring. She is a tiny streamer, but she's able to draw in like more viewers than people who stream daily. So I've been talking to her quite a bit, and I've been writing out some questions to ask her whilst I've been sitting at work, literally waiting for the phone to ring, because a lot of my time at work is spent just sitting, waiting for someone to call me, waiting for someone to call to say, "I got a moldy cabbage here, refund me." So yeah, that's basically been my life for the last I think that's the start of my 5th week at the new job now. It's actually quite good. It's I want to say it's like the best job that I've ever had in my life. I wish I'd found this like 10 years ago. If I'd have known there was a job where I could get paid double at holidays and like have no stress and get breaks, I would have took that years ago. It's a shame that it's only a temporary contract, but apparently there is a scope for it to become permanent. So I don't know how that's going to go.
Okay, I'm back.
Just
So
have to-
I heard you say something about a top secret 1,000 subscriber show. I do have a question. Are you gonna have some scantily clad women around you that dressed in like Star Trek attire and all that?
Women? Probably not. I mean,
I love.
I might be
love
dressed in Star
that.
Trek attire. I might be wearing my red shirt.
I love how you had to think about that for just a second.
Women? Where on earth do I get women, especially during a lockdown?
I just picked up this new beer today called Voodoo Ranger.
Fancy.
Let me see if I can show this real quick.
Well, I just had a bottle of Elvis juice, which I finished, and I've now started drinking the Dead Pony Club. Elvis juice is about 7%, but the Dead Pony Club is a little bit weaker. It's like 3.8. Oh, I like that can.
Well, it's a bottle actually.
That's pretty cool. I like the label.
This has 9% alcohol.
It's like the beer comparison society. I like this one because it matches the headset. It's like the same shade of green.
Are you accessorizing with your beer now? Got to make sure the beer matches the headphones.
Got to make sure the beer matches the headphones.
That's one thing I like. I mean, I like IPAs because they are stout, but they're definitely not beers that you want to just like get big mouthfuls of and swallow it down. You have to sip on these.
Yeah. This one's a session IPA, so it's, like I say, it's quite weak at only 3.8%, but that's the point. You can drink more of them. Very pleasant.
It's quite lovely. Oh, but it's so.
The brewery actually. That's it's not too far away. It's in a place called Ellen, which is further south. Ellen is actually where I bought that old camera.
Yeah,
years ago. But that's a nice little. Well, I wanted to say town, but I think it's just a village. But it's like between a town and a village sort of size.
It's a one-horse village.
It's quite a big small place. There's
a big small place.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there, but it's all spread out.
It's like over here they call Reno, Nevada, the world's biggest little city. So what is the subscriber count?
It was 977. Let's see how much it's gone down since I uploaded the meme that no one gets. Oh, it's still at 977.
Okay, so you're 23 away.
Yep. And according to this, I've earned 32 subs in the last 28 days. So that's roughly like one sub a day. Seems to be the moving forward rate.
I'm up to 32 now. So
nice.
Yeah. If I hit 50 at any point, I'm gonna throw a party and be like, I made it. I'm halfway to 100. So
let's see. What's your
The videos have
So,
been getting a lot of views, but I just not that many subscribers.
so you've made about 5 subs in the last month, but it all sort of correlates with the streams as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, live streaming is a brilliant way to grow a channel. Uh, I've just had a look at the TubeBuddy sort of your view counts. You're always earning a few views every day, but then on live stream days it just spikes up. So your graph literally is flat, and then on the days of the live stream it's like it jumps up. It's like the heartbeat.
Yeah, it's just like it's like that patient that they're trying to revive. It's like beep 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 beep. I'm like, make up your mind, people. Just make up your mind. So is it? So are you enjoying working out of an office, or are you hoping that you can work from home soon?
I don't mind it. It's at the moment it's weird. It's an absolute and utter ghost town.
But
There are the sort of
you've got all those pretty ladies to look at.
there's not many of them. There's not many of anyone, to be honest.
It's like Stu saying, it's like that's the only reason I really go to work is just to look at the ladies.
The office is literally just the sort of the remnants of the training teams that haven't got their computers yet. So when I walked in this morning, and there's a one-way system that like you have to follow and use it to like socially distance from people. But because the office is so empty, there is a little bit of leeway to take a shortcut if there's no one in the specific areas at the time. And I broke the one-way system to get to my desk because there was like 50 desks on the south-facing side of the office block, and there was one guy. It's like one guy tucked away in the corner, all on his own, and then 50 desks all the way down the side of the building that were empty. It's like, wow, that's nuts.
It's like, what am I doing with my life? I just work in an empty building. I can't.
With me and the guy that sits behind me and the boss.
Well, I mean, at least you have at least one person to talk to, maybe.
Oh yeah, sit and chat
like,
for a bit as well.
You can. It's like, the office could be like in The Walking Dead when Rick woke up for the first time after being in a coma and the whole world had gone to shit. So but all right, well, we've been going for about 3 hours, but you and I can we can talk a little more after we cut the stream here. So guys, everyone, remember I will be setting up a StreamYard reminder, and Gamey First says do some parkour. I guess they mean that inside the building. I'm gonna jump head first into this desk. Parkour. So guys, tomorrow
it's quite funny because all of the desks have been gradually like kind of being cannibalized because people are taking bits and pieces home because like they need stuff for their computers at home, and then like the other people in the office, because every now and again the seating plan changes a bit, so we get moved desks from time to time just to make sure that everyone's quite well spaced out. So it's like a couple of times that I've moved desk, I've went back to retrieve my old chair because the chair at the new desk is always horrible, and I've got this like the chair I've had for a little while is
There's
good.
always that one chair that you have to sit in because it's the most comfortable.
But this morning it was like, right, new desk. Nope, don't like this chair. Right, I don't have a mouse mat. Back to the old desk to get the mouse mat. Last week it was the mouse. The scroll wheel in it was fucked. So
Oh, God.
the girl that was sitting across from me is like, "What are you doing?" Like crawling about underneath this unoccupied desk to like haul the mouse out of the computer. It's like, I'm just getting myself a mouse that actually works.
Just like, oh, just, checking the carpet, I'm cleaning down here, I mean, if it were me, I would have come up with some smart ass answer, but it's like I'm mining for gold. That's what I'm doing. All right,
Office Minecraft.
Exactly. Well, guys, I will be setting up a reminder for our mine and STOODOGG going live together tomorrow and on time. Today was my little fluke, so but tomorrow
I was outside rescuing crows.
Yeah. I gotta, the birds. Got to take care of the birds. So
Taking the birds home.
just not the of the actual feathered persuasion and not persuasion.
They're talking about the two-legged kind. Wait a minute, the flying ones have two legs as well.
Yeah, but the flying ones have feathers. So, but guys, STOODOGG and I will be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, be 8 p.m. over in the UK, and we will be introducing the new segment and challenge that I will be giving to STOODOGG every week. So everybody be watching for the reminder on my channel here in just the next little bit, and we will be back tomorrow, same time and same channel. And until then, peace be with you.
Same widow time, same widow's channel.
Peace be with all of you.